Look, Samuel Jackson got a name and he got influence. Look, if you ain't never seen Ptolemy Gray on Apple TV, go check that out. Him and Walter Mosley put that together, and a lot of people don't just talk about it, but you must go watch that if you know anything about Samuel Jackson. Well, look, let's get into the content, fam.
Another thing. What did that feel like, though, feeling like you contributed to positive change?
I don't know that, I don't know that I did. I know that I did what I thought was right and I took part in it, and that I used my voice and I used myself in a way,
You're still doing that, though, right? Because you did the thing with Kendrick.
Oh, well, see, I didn't know that's what they were doing.
Didn't you?
Well, it was kind of...
And another thing.
It was kind of trippy because when we were rehearsing, we just had our clothes on.
Yeah.
And I was looking at the dancers and they were doing that dance, doing the things and doing the stuff. And it wasn't until dress rehearsal that when I looked up and I looked on that stage and I go, oh shit, that's a flag. Yeah. And he was doing this. Oh, fuck.
I'm in the civil rights movement again.
We're being revolutionary. It's like, because I wasn't listening or paying attention. You picked the right person, but the wrong time. And all that's like, the revolution. I was like, oh, shit. Okay, here I am again. But,
But it was a great thing.
Something about me or my persona has put me in the right place at the right time in change of the zeitgeist in a way, in a lot of different moments in my life. And I have to accept that that's what I'm meant to be sometimes, an agent of change. Whether I know it or not.
It's so powerful.
And to be proud of it and to know that, God has placed me in a place that I can be influential in a real and positive and kind of awesome, thing for the masses, because people need things.
When you speak, people listen as well.
Yeah, but I always want to be on the right side of history, in terms of what's going on. And sometimes it's not my choice. The powers that be have decided, okay, this is who you are. Because, me standing there going, hey, salutations. It's me, your uncle, Sam. It's like, I was just, this is cute. I wanted, Kendrick and them hired me to do this. And my name is Sam. So I said, yeah, I'm Uncle Sam. But then I realized,
layers.
You're being put in this place for a reason, and you're dressed this way for a reason, and you are part of change. This is an awesome moment of change for people sitting there watching a game, or people who don't turn on until halftime because all they want to see is halftime. They go, oh, wow, boom, and it was like,
it was so important.
I know.
Look, Samuel Jackson been around a long time. He got style, class, and influence. If you ain't never seen Ptolemy Gray on Apple TV, do go check that out. Written by Walter Mosley. Him and Walter put the show together. A lot of people, it go past a lot of people's heads that think they real Sam Jackson fanatics. Well, if you ain't never heard of this one, you don't know him. Look, Samuel Jackson is my guy, fam. The man say when he originally signed up to do the Super Bowl with Kendrick Lamar, he didn't know what the message was. Even he missed it. Look, the K-Bot say, bro, can't believe you missed the message. Pay attention, pay attention. The revolution will be televised. The revolution has already been televised. What y'all don't know. Well, look here, bro. Samuel Jackson said he wasn't a part of all that. He didn't know what was going on until he said the revolution. He was just up there playing a role, put the suit on and the character. If you ask me, Sam, it's Sam I am, he could have stayed at home for that shit. Yeah, nobody wants to see Samuel Jackson playing like Uncle Sam, despite what the K-Bots may tell you, fam. Y'all don't know everything. Why? Most of y'all ain't lived long enough, fam. The people that really just follow Kendrick Lamar and I'm be walking, you know, into his music. Look, bro, y'all babies. Y'all babies, bro. Y'all don't know no better. That's why a nigga don't tap y'all on the ass. No diddy, fam. That's why y'all don't really get belt to ass, cause y'all don't know no better. Y'all are sheepish. Meaning, as long as a motherfucker dress it up right, you're gonna follow. You're gonna be a sheep, exactly what they expect you to be. Drop it in the comments, man. Shout out Samuel Jackson. I hate that he was even a part of that. But you know what? It happens, and he's an actor, fam. He's an actor. He signed up for a lot of roles. Samuel Jackson probably got like 1,000 movies. Most people only seen about 25 of them. Let's just be honest. Let's just be real. Once you go down his list, bro, you'll realize, man, I ain't seen most of him. I'm just being honest, a lot that people miss, like Ptolemy Gray, bro. That's one of the best shows on Apple TV. I hate the fact that him and Walter put that on Apple TV. Why? I think it would have been better on Netflix or Amazon Prime, and it still got time to get there. It still got time to get there, but it's a show that most people should watch because it's one of Samuel's best work. Yes, one of his best work. Some of his best work. Shout out Kendrick Lamar, but the Super Bowl halftime performance, people are still, unfortunately, still talking about it to this day. It came and went, people. That shit is gone. He did what he did. Drake, say Drake, I heard him like young. You better never go to club like young. Nah, nigga ain't trying to hear that shit, man. On top of that, the whole GNX album pretty much sucks, man. Pretty much sucks. Lacks soul, bro. It is lackluster. Why? It only makes the West Coast niggas dance. It makes them smile. Why? Kendrick adopted a style that they've been on for years. He didn't start nothing new with that album. Let's just be honest. Let's just be real. Drop it in the comments. And this ain't the trashing. This ain't the trashing. This is about Samuel Jackson not even knowing what he signed up for. I really was wondering this, bro. Like, why would he pick that? Like, why would he get in the middle of that beef and try to be part of that? You got Serena Williams over there sea walking when she know the Crips killed her sister back in the day. Look, everything about that little shit was tacky, bro. On top of that, if you was there, you'll realize the man was performing for the cameras. The show wasn't a show for the crowd. It was a show for the cameras, bro. The cameras was all in front of him. He was following the cameras the whole time. Look, he did what he did. You know, he did what he did. But even that shit has fallen off the charts now. Look, a lot of people think, bro just be yapping. This ain't that. This is a conversation, man. This is a conversation. When Big Daddy is talking, Lil Daddy, you must be quiet. I'm gonna say that again. When Big Daddy is talking, Lil Daddy, you must be quiet, because unfortunately, you don't know everything. But I do. Yeah, I do. But you gotta just let the information flow as it go, and then you'll understand. But that performance, lackluster. You know, shout out Samuel Jackson, because like I said, that's my guy. If you haven't seen Ptolemy Gray on Apple TV, go check that out. Shout out Walter Mosley. They put that together, and it's really incredible. But Sam, man, don't ever do that shit again, fam. You don't ever do that shit again. You got to know what you're signing up for. Point blank, period. I know he wants to be part of the culture. The culture is decades, bro. He's decades in. He's 70 some odd years old, fam. He wants to do what he can for the people, But you don't understand, bro. This Drake and Kendrick Lamar beef, that shit set the world back at least 10, 15 years. Yeah, once y'all heard Rick Ross saying white boy this, white boy that, and then all the K-bots start saying Drake wasn't black, I knew people was lost, man. Yeah, I knew y'all was lost. And that's what made me, you know what? Doc never came out and said, hey, we ain't gonna go there. You know, we ain't gonna go there. We ain't gonna disrespect the man highs. We ain't gonna disrespect the man race. We ain't gonna. He didn't do that, bro. That's who you thought Kendrick Lamar was before this beef. Now it turns out he secretly had a animosity that's been building up in him for Drake for years, bro. Over what? Over what? Because the man got accolades that you don't possess. The man puts you on, fam. Point blank, period. I know a lot of people gonna say that's bullshit. The man put K-Dot on, gave him attention that he was seeking, gave him attention that he wasn't getting at the time, bro. That's the only thing matters. And what you do is you bite the hand that feeds you to try to overstep something that's bigger than you, fam. Drake is bigger than a Kendrick. I'm gonna say that again. Drake is bigger than a Kendrick. Why? The man been had all of his life, he had to fight. Like Kendrick Lamar said, the man had to fight for what he got, fam. Man had to fight to be respected in this hip hop game. So for a nigga to come and try to tear that shit down after 15 years, plus, it ain't happening, fam. Drop it in the comments. That type of shit ain't happening. That's the problem I got with K-Dot. Only problem I got with him is that he showed a different character than a nigga grew to know him to be. You know what I mean? Point blank period. That's the best way I can put it. He showed a different character. So the whole halftime performance, man, you could have left Sam at home. You could have did Be Humble. You could have did Don't Kill My Vibe. You could have did Poetic Justice, fam. You could have did Swimming Pools. That would have made the people that respect K-Dot and love him respect him a little more, bro. You got to be able to turn the cheek. Got to be able to turn the other cheek and focus on what's really needed. That's why when Drake and Party Next Door drop Some Sexy Songs for You, that's why it hit so hard, because he didn't go with the obvious. He didn't go with the obvious, even though he was still dissing Kendrick Lamar all through that CD. Yeah. Kendrick Lamar is the lame nigga he refers to. One of them. Let's just be honest. Let's just be real. You gotta take the double entendres and be able to substitute this for that to understand what he's talking about, bro. Then you would understand that, man, that CD is legendary, fam. That CD is legendary. I still spin that shit every day. I know a lot of people thought that shit was trash, but you ain't used to women. Look, y'all drop it in the comments, man. Scars from the Playground. Dot is cool. Sam is cool, but I wish Sam was never even involved in this shit, man. The Super Bowl shouldn't even went to Wayne. I can't even say it should have went to Wayne. Super Bowl should have went to Drake. Point blank, period, bro. And this ain't me just taking up for him. This is just me being honest, fam. And a lot of people gonna say, bro, why you be in a mustard shirt lately? First of all, it's hot. Yeah, it's hot outside. Over 100 degrees in Springs. You know what I mean? Real shit. Why? And that, on top of that, something else, just for the record, I'm getting bigger, my friend. Yeah, look at those guns. I'm getting bigger, my friend. Yeah, that's what I'm doing. I'm working on my health. Health is wealth. I'm working on that body. Yeah. Why? Because I'm 200, fam. 6'4". People get in the comments, I don't argue with them. But get what? I'm gonna lay a nigga out. Boom! You know what I mean? As soon as I get the chance, bro, because it's just what I've always done. And one side of me tells me to chill, the other side tells me to hop on it. Drop it in the comments, man. Scars from the Playground. Like, share, subscribe, nigga, peace. We'll just be, look, this is a conversation, man. That's all we have. A conversation. Opening the dialogue. Drop it in the comments, bro. Scars from the Playground.
If they throw it, I'ma catch it to play the game like Tetris. I'm one of a kind rap, people tell me I'm a clip. I've been working 24 hours, summertime to winter. I ain't really at the chill, it gotta be about business.